And we are coming into another session of the Raspy Raven Roadhouse. I believe this is session number 4 at the famous Roadhouse that sits in the middle of the crossroads in the middle of nowhere. We'll start out with two of our characters who have come back from the last mission, and unfortunately, they lost a teammate on the last mission as they come in. But we'll start out with Daniel playing Birch and Nikki playing Caliana. As you're approaching the Roadhouse and coming in, if you want to do your introductions, as you're about to step in, you hear a familiar voice behind you.
Excellent. Well, Birch has been busy. She had recovered some treasure from the previous mission and utilized it to buy some land nearby, and hire workers to clear it out, forming meditative gardens for people to come to find relaxation. And she's also begun teaching the local children, some of the martial arts. So.
All right, sounds good. What about Caliana?
Well, Caliana, being kind of new to civilization, having lived with the old hermit out in the woods, met a very nice boy and spent a very nice couple of nights with him. And she is very excited to see what her the next adventure brings. She's sad to have lost her illusionist companion, but she is ready for more adventure.
All right, sounds good. As you and Birch are making your way, and you hear a familiar whistle and a familiar voice coming from behind you, approaching you. Young, if you can tell me who you're playing, as you see your two friends about to enter the Roadhouse.
Yeah, you see Gunther. Gunther is a scruffy-looking ruffian with bushy eyebrows and shifty eyes. His face is always contorted in a scowl for no apparent reason, and at the corner of his mouth hangs a toothpick with which he constantly fidgets. As a habit, every minute or so, Gunther turns his head and spits on the ground. And he looks at you guys and says, "Ah, I have finally found you. It seems like I missed a couple of adventures with with all of you, and I see you have a new member in your adventuring party."
Ah, Gunther, it's good to see you again. Yes.
The rumor has it that you have a new land and you're teaching some of the locals how to do fighting. Yeah?
Well, yes. I feel that we must put good use to the treasure which we find.
Well, that is why I've been looking for you. I have spent a lot of my wealth, and it seems like traveling with you is always lucrative.
Indeed. Join us. Let's have a drink and see what might be going on.
Yeah, that is what I want. It's good to join you all.
It's good to meet you, Gunther. I'm Caliana.
Good to meet you, Kaliana. I'm Gunther Steinheim.
Can I call you Gunther or Mr. Steinheim?
You can call me Gunther.
All right.
You three open up the Roadhouse into what seems to be a about average crowd as you go in. And Crystal, you see the door open up as your character is sitting there doing whatever he's doing. If you can introduce him and maybe what he thinks as he sees these three walk in together.
Yeah, sitting at the bar. It's a large man, perhaps, quite ugly. He has on a large set of armor, a big sword on his side, as he drinks from a big mug of ale. With people coming in and out all the time, he doesn't necessarily. I'm hearing myself like echo.
Yeah, I think it's Daniel.
Is it me?
All right. Yeah.
I was muted all that time.
No, I just muted you.
Okay, sorry.
It's all good. So he's sitting there with a large thing of ale, and having had people come and go all night or day or whatever, probably. I mean, it's another group of adventurers, so he doesn't necessarily think one way or the other. Um, you know, Either way, maybe it's crowded in here or whatever. If they approach his table to ask to sit, he'll just generally nod and uh, let them have a seat with them.
All right. As you three come in, you see the very large figure that you would know to be a half orc, you would think, sitting there. Would any of you want to approach him at this point, or
Gunther comments, and having such a low charisma himself, he looks at the other two companions and says, "Well, that fellow looks almost as good as I do. Yeah?" Smiles.
He's certainly very large. I'll go sit next to him.
all right, Caliana, you approach the large figure then.
She would sit down and say, "Hello there, I'm Kaliana."
He looks at you. He nods. Greetings. Hmm. Everyone simply calls me Bars.
Bars. What an interesting name.
Gunther nudges Birch, and he says, "That big warrior looks useful, yeah?"
Yep, you're muted, Daniel.
We all have our purpose in life, so I would say, of course, he's useful.
Gunther goes up next to Caliana, pulls up a chair, and sits, between Caliana and Bars, and says, "Hello there, I am Gunther."
Yep.
"So, you come here often?"
First time wandering through this area.
"You look like one of those fellows. Was that no stranger to fights?"
Yeah. Well, when you have a face like this, fighting kind of comes natural.
"And thieving comes quite natural to me too." And he smiles. He looks just as ugly as Bars.
Huh. Yeah, the afternoon progresses. Early evening. Maybe as you four kind of get acquainted more and seeing that maybe evidently Bars is a little of words, maybe more of an action person, but you're sitting there and Daniel, I'll start out with Birch. You can roll me a d6 to see maybe what, excuse me, what kind of a rumor you're going to hear in the tavern this night.
Okay. Sorry. Hopefully, I'm not echoing now. I put headphones on. I got a 2.
A2, okay. You can get files here in chat, Zoom chat, right?
I'm not sure. I'm on the phone. Try.
Yeah, let me try and see what it will do. If not, I'll send another way. Nope, evidently not, because it won't let me have the option to do it. It's weird. Huh. I will send it on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably because I'm on my phone. I haven't updated the app on the phone in a long time.
Yeah, unless they change something where we can't do files anymore. I don't know. Let's see. right, it should be coming through shortly.
Okay.
And Nikki, if you roll a d6, if you get the same result, you can roll again, but you have to keep the second result, of course.
Okay. 3.
A 3, okay. Let's see here. Yep, I can send you a file in here. Let me get to it. All right, it should be coming through shortly. And Young, what this Gunther is going to hear, I wonder.
I got 4.
A 4, okay. Let's see here. All right, it should be coming through shortly. And Krista, what about Bars, our newest member here?
B4.
You rolled a 4 also?
Yes.
Do you want to re-roll? You got to keep the second result though.
Okay, sure. I rolled another 4.
Oh man. Okay, I will send you that one too then. Let's see. This one must be the popular one of the evening. And y'all all should have a PDF there to look and read it and take it as you wish.
Yep, I see it. I got it. All right.
So Birch is drinking her tea. Let me know if I'm echoing because I switched to headphones.
Nope,
and
it's
she
fine
says,
so far.
she says to the group, as I was admiring the last of the light of the sun as it was setting through the window, I overheard a sad story of a wizard who acquired a magical staff, a powerful magical staff, but is currently lost in the woods. I suppose the staff itself could be valuable, but I'm more worried that if it gets into the wrong hands, it could be devastating. It turns flesh to stone.
Oof. That would be a terrible way to go.
Although, to be preserved forever as a statue
I
is
mean,
one path to immortality.
I suppose I'd rather do a lot of really good and heroic things and then just have somebody build a statue of me.
Yeah, and think of all the pigeons.
True. You're very wise, Gunter.
Well, I also heard a rumor here that on the outskirts of Ubath Swamp, there's an old tower full of treasures. But it is said that a black dragon controls the lizardmen there.
Ooh.
No one knows if the dragon is still there.
Black dragon, huh?
We did see a dragon not too long ago, but it was not black, I do not believe. It wasn't black, was it, Tony? It was green, right?
No, it was green. That one was
Yeah,
green.
okay, yeah. They're wondrous beasts, but probably a fearsome opponent.
We could sneak in there
I
and get the treasure.
have heard of this tower too. It is said that it is protected by magic. I will not do magic.
You will not do magic?
I do not get along with magic.
Oh,
Well, then, don't look at me. I don't do magic.
Well, magic is just another way in which we balance the universe. Some do magic, some do not do magic.
Do you do magic, Kalyana?
I do magic, but it's all to
Jawohl.
help people.
And
Right.
Gunther looks at Bars for his reaction.
Yeah, Bar's just kind of squints his eyes. He drinks some more ale. He says, "Never met someone good who does magic."
Well, eyes of one of these adventures that may pay us well involve magic. One magical staff, one the other magical tower.
And
You realize,
sorry, go ahead.
oh, you realize that you bring upon yourself bad tidings when you think that way. For the world is attracted to the like. So you think negatively of magic, and thus you have never been in a situation where magic has been positive.
Yeah, well, tell that to the man who kept me in chains for so many years. He was
Where
a
does he
magic
reside?
holder.
Where does he reside? I will tell him.
Far, far away now.
Well, if I ever encounter him, I would let him know.
Yeah, and I will let my arrows speak for me.
And I will use my magic to counter his evil. Balance, as Birch says.
Indeed, Kalyana. Did you say that you had heard of something as well?
Yes. She kind of looks at Bars a little sheepishly and says, "It also has to do with magic, though. So sorry about that. But I've heard there's a creek that was blessed by a Lady Lyle, called the Scarlet Sand Creek. And it says that if you drink from the creek or bathe in the creek, it has a magical effect on you. And if we want more information, I was told to talk to Yurth the Young at his shop. So a magical creek that could give us special powers."
Well, that sounds very interesting.
Jawohl. Let's go then.
We should at least speak to the shop owner.
Yes, Yurth the Young.
Hmm.
You would know that he has a shop there in the little town of where Elsickles is, also not too far from the Raven.
Yeah, I kind of wouldn't mind going to see Elsicle either, because this wizard that I heard about, his name is Law Claw. I'd be curious if Elsicle knows anything about him.
Yep, we can do that. We'll go visit Yerth the Young first. You walk into a shop that just seems to have all kind of different trinkets, kind of like a five and dime store, you would think. I mean, it's just all kind of small trinkets and stuff. And you see an older man just by the features of him with short gray hair behind the counter. But once you come in and see him, he looks much younger than he probably is. I mean, he's held his age very, very well. I don't have a picture, so we'll have to do it by. But you walk in and he sees you and he goes, "Well, please come in. Is there any particular trinket you are looking for today, or what can I help you with?"
We are looking for information today.
Well, information could be free or it could cost you a silver or two. What kind of information?
I heard that you were talking about a magical creek.
Ah, you've heard the story about Lady Lyle blessing the Scarlet Sand Creek during the Battle of Grief Fever, have you?
I have. I have heard it, and we were very interested in what you've heard.
Well, I can tell you this. The creek still has those magical properties that Lady Lyle blessed them with. Look at me. How old do you think I am? It blessed me to keep me my youth and my vigor.
Oh, you said he was older looking.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell this is an older human, but by looking at him, he probably looks 20 years younger than he really is.
You have some of that water bottled here?
Oh no, no. I just, I mean, you can. It's a big creek. You can just go get it yourself if you want it. I mean, no, I'm not one of those to take advantage and sell that stuff to everyone.
Birch will find something that maybe like some trinkets that might be interesting for to like maybe to put in the gardens that she's building, and she'll buy she'll buy some stuff. She has some silver, so she'll spend whatever 10 or
All
15
right,
silver
sounds
pieces.
good.
She'll just buy something simple.
Gunther's going to pay the man about 5 silver pieces and asks him to draw him a map to this creek.
Yep, he can do that. He tells you it's probably about a day's journey. But if you left out early in the day, you'd get there at the probably the end of the day. It's probably about a day's journey to get there. And he tells you a little bit about there was a big battle called the Battle of Gray Fever, where supposedly a baron succumbed to some type of illness and had a bad fever, and he told all of his troops to attack the next barony, and they had a big battle they called Gray Fever because the fever evidently struck a bunch of the people back then. And so this lady Law served the other baron, and supposedly she went down to the creek and blessed it and gave it magical properties that anybody that would drink it or bathe in it, that it would do some type of magical effect to them and help them. It cured some people, but a lot of them it was too late for. He'll tell you that story about it. But yeah, he'll be glad to draw you a little map how to get there.
Well, we really appreciate your help, sir.
Yes.
Well, and one more thing. Most people, when you go there, I know it's not a temple or anything, but if any of you are familiar with that kind of stuff, most people usually toss something in the creek as an offering, just some cheap trinket or some cheap thing that, doesn't really mean much, I mean, to most people, but just remember and keep that in mind.
That is good advice. Birch will look for a few more little trinkets for just to throw in the water.
Yep, I'll also get a couple things.
Yep, you can buy some small stuff there. It's all cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gunther checks his sword that he's been carrying around.
There was a great story of a sword that was thrown into the lake after it was broken and was brought back as a magical blade.
Yeah. Well, this sword isn't broken, but what could be the lost?
This is true. Well, that is an excellent story. Thank you for your time. And yeah, I would like to go. I guess probably see Elminster because
Elsicle, yeah.
Elsicle, I like calling Elminster.
Elminster.
Yep, this is not Forgotten Realms now.
Right.
Yeah, you go down to Elsicle's shop. When you open the door, he looks at you and he goes, first time customer, come on in. What can I help you with?
I've heard of your great knowledge, and I was hoping to get some information from you. There was a wizard, Claw. Sorry, this is my phone, so it's
Lawclaw?
Lawclaw, yeah, who seems to have gone missing. Do you know of this gentleman and or anything about him?
Are you with that guy that's behind you and he's looking at Gunther?
Well, hello there, Elsicle. It's good to see you.
You were just in here yesterday getting your sword. Don't tell me you broke it.
Nine, I still have my sword. Then he holds up a sword in his scabbard.
One of these days you will use that sword to defeat a green dragon, I'm sure of it.
Jawohl. He smiles.
But yes, you are all together?" And he's looking back at the very back, probably where bars is, and he goes, "Ah, muscle. Every party needs muscle."
It's true. It creates the balance in the party to have various types of skills.
But yes, back to the story. You wanted me to tell you a story about the great king merchants. Is that right?
Well, that would be very interesting as well, but I was also thinking about the wizard claw.
Ah, the old wizard Lawclaw. Very, very famous wizard. I did not know him myself, but of course he was even before my time. But I do know this about him from reading stories and studying text. He carried a powerful staff. It was so powerful that if he wanted to, he could turn you into stone with a flip of a finger.
Ah, that is quite powerful.
Yes,
Could
it
he also
is.
turn you back?
Oh no, if you made him mad enough to get turned into stone, he would leave you that way. Unless, you found a wizard that was more powerful than him that could reverse it.
Let's see.
Wouldn't that be you, right?
Well, at one time till the dragon stole my powers, I was pretty powerful.
And what color was that dragon?
The one that stole my powers, it was the most beautiful emerald green you've ever seen.
Great.
Yeah, Gunter nods.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time.
But I can tell you this:
Nope.
if you're going to look for him or his staff, a lot of people have went out there. So the last that anybody ever heard of him was he wandered off into that forest. The what was it? The Pixie Green, or I don't know. Anyway, something like that. He went into some forest and never returned. And his apprentices said he was going to look for that terrible monster, the basilisk, that got. Well, that's what the staff was named after. So he was going to find that monster, that creature, and talk to him about it.
Oh,
But I don't know. That's what the stories say.
Is that forest the one over? And I kind of point to one direction. So I'm trying to figure out where it is.
Oh yes, yes, the Green Sprite Forest. That's like I told you a minute ago. The Green Sprite Forest. Yes.
Excellent. We thank you for your time. And
Well, that staff is magic, so it's probably if he dropped it or lost it or whatever, it's probably still held its age. But if you find it, I got some contacts in the city that probably would pay a pretty price for it if you don't want it.
I see. Well, that would be excellent. It seems like quite an artifact.
Well, I think it is too, but good luck and come back next year or next week or whenever.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So we head out. Oh, okay. So, wow, the way they were talking about that rumor, I didn't realize it was so long ago. I guess it's not really a rush. What do you think? Wasn't there one other thing? Oh, the tower with the black dragon. Is there any research we can do on that? Or no?
Well, it is said that they have a lot of treasure.
Right.
We,
But do
we
we know
can
where it is?
we can say that you asked Elsicle about it, and
Okay.
he said he didn't know anything about a tower in the swamps.
Yeah, and I think it would be odd that there would be a black and a green dragon so close together.
Yeah, I say it is a rumor that is spread by those who don't want their treasure found.
So we should go in the opposite direction of the tower.
9. The tower would have the treasure, but there would be no black dragon. It is
Oh.
a type of rumors that I would spread if I want to protect my treasure from pilfering thieves.
Right, but Elsicle said there was no tower in the swamp.
Oh, yeah.
Although, is there like if you wanted to have something built, like because I just had my my stuff built in the garden, is there like a place I can go? Because I want like a quarry or something. Because I think maybe we can find out if there is a tower that was built at some point. They might have record of it.
I'm going to say that there's not one close by. I mean, there's probably
Okay.
some days travel, maybe closer
Okay.
to the larger city. But yeah, there's no quarry or anything that's like right around here.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe it'd be a good idea just to put that one in our back pocket until we can figure out more information, because we would have nowhere to go except wander the swamp aimlessly.
Well, I have the map to the stream here, and he holds
do?
up the stream.
Right.
The stream that we asked about earlier.
Well, that seems like a worthy cause.
Yeah. So
What
he
do you think?
holds that up and says, well, it seems to be about 2 days away from here. 2 or maybe 1 day.
It'd be worth checking out if it's a magical water, although I don't know if bars would want to partake.
Maybe it's the
I
best.
thought the water was blessed.
Right.
Blessed, yes. A blessed stream.
Yeah, a different kind of magic. The good kind.
Blessed water is okay.
Then we're all in accord.
Well, I think this is excellent. Let us pack some rations and be on our way.
I agree.
So we are headed out to the Scarlet Sand Creek for the blessed water, maybe, huh?
Yeah. Does it seem like, based on the map that he has, that it's something where we could take like horses and stuff, or are we going to want to go on foot?
You can go on foot. It's about a day's travel. I mean, you could go most of the way on horse, but I mean, if you wanted, you wouldn't really have anywhere to tie them up. I mean, at the edge of the forest, you probably wouldn't want to do that.
Okay, no, yeah, I don't want to do that. They'll get eaten. So yeah, we'll walk. I'll just go back and get, we'll get some rations and stuff.
Yeah. Be on the lookout for herbs. You know that Tedfu, the sage, will pay us for herbs.
Oh, it's true. Ooh.
Yep, and you also, Birch, you and Gunther would know that pretty soon that your ever friendly gnome is supposed to be getting in touch with you about the, y'all helped him that first time.
Right.
Oh yeah, the treasures that he was going to sell, right?
No,
Right.
the gnome that you went and helped pick the mushrooms and stuff.
Yep.
He's probably going to have
that's
some
right.
money for you soon. So if you find mushrooms, you may pick some for him again.
Nice.
That's right. Yeah, because he went and sold them, right? And then we get a percentage of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
But you know
Nature
that's
of-
coming up pretty close.
Excellent. We can always use mushroom money. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm just gonna let me just quickly check my equipment and see if there's anything else I want to buy. I think I'm pretty set. Okay. Let's see. I got backpack, blanket, my weapons. I got Wolfsbane, holy water. Yeah, I think that's all we need.
If you have a temple garden, why not grow some of these mushrooms there?
Are you asking Birch that?
He's asking. Yeah, Birch that. Yeah.
Well, mushrooms grow deep in the forest, not in a garden. As far as I know.
Mushrooms grow in dark and moist places.
Like underneath your armpits. Ha ha ha.
That is true.
I can see at this point, Bars punches Gunther through the wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Bard probably looks at him like, "Are you wanting me to kill you?" But he's used to it.
Yes,
Gunther, that shouldn't
survives.
happen. You need to bathe more often.
Maybe, yeah, that is a good idea. And he smells underneath his armpits.
But yeah, if you needed
So
to buy any small supplies or anything in that village, you know, they've got some things. I mean, if there's any small stuff you would need, I mean,
I think I'm good. I think I picked up that holy water last time. We never ended up using it, which is good. And I have my halberd, and I think I have a bow. So that's why I want to check to make sure I have a bow.
And I bought
That's-
some
that's-
herbs last time, so
Yeah, because a bow has become tremendously useful to us. Oh yeah, I did. I restocked, so I have my longbow. Yep. All right. I'm ready.
all right. Yep, you would know if you are you going to head out the same day that y'all did all the investigating. You know, it probably took a half a day to kind of find stuff out and speak to people.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Uh,
that would depend on how far away we think the place is.
Yeah, you would know from what Yarf told you that if you leave, you know, if you leave in the middle of the day, it's going to be middle of the night probably when you get there. It's probably a full day journey by walk.
So if we leave in the morning, we could probably get there at
Yeah,
time of
you'd
night
get
falls.
there right before dark fall if you leave on morning time.
If
Yeah,
I,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would recommend to the group that we should leave in the morning because if we're going to set up camp in the woods, I think near the blessed stream is probably a safe place if it is in fact blessed.
Yeah,
What do you
that
think,
is-
big man?
Yeah, leaving in the morning will be fine.
morning it is.
More time to enjoy some more beer.
Bars is going to buy before they leave a small wooden chest. They weigh like 5 pounds, so it seems like reasonable that he'd be able to carry that on him.
Yeah, small wooden chest. Okay, that's good for me. You're just gonna kind of straps and kind of carry it like a backpack, almost in a way.
I mean, like I have a backpack, so I'll probably just like get some strips and like strap it onto my backpack or something. Like maybe on top of it or something, something like that.
Yeah, that's fine. Maybe you won't overload it too much.
When Birch sees that, she says, "Oh, that's an unusual means of transporting your stuff."
For the mushrooms.
Oh, I believe we just used a basket last time. The chest is very good.
But
Good protected.
if you want to grow the mushrooms in a place, we will need to collect the roots in the soil.
Right. Well, like I said, I don't think the mushrooms will grow in the garden, but I'm certainly willing to try,
It is what
and I appreciate your thoughts. The garden is for the community, so if you would like to grow the mushrooms there, you may do so.
Thank you.
You see Gunther in the corner of Raspy Raven having a one of those fizzy loggers.
And some apple pie.
Oh yeah, and the famous apple pie. And he smiles and raises the glass, the pint, and says, "Well, it is very good that we're spending the night before we set out." And then you see the empty pint in a couple of seconds later.
Tony, they'll let us like keep gold at the bar, right?
Yeah. I mean, they have a place. I mean, how much gold are you talking about?
I got to see how much gold weighs again, but I'm thinking like 70 gold pieces.
Oh yeah. I mean, any small amount. I mean, you know, if it turns into keeping large amounts at some point, they're going to charge you for that. But yeah, but a small amount, yeah, that's fine. They give you a receipt. They sign. You sign it. They sign it. And give you a receipt for the amount you gave them.
All right.
No trouble at all. And you all head out the next morning to what you would know, hopefully, is the Scarlet Sand Creek. And Nikki, roll me d6.
All right. A 2.
A2. Perfect. Just perfect. Daniel, roll me a d100.
Okay. Uh, 39.
39. Huh. All right. Let's see. Y'all move along into the off of the roadway. You're moving probably through the forested area. You think you're pretty close to where the creek is. And you hear from one of the treetops, you hear a human voice yell out and go, "If I was you, I would stop right there, because if you walk another 5 feet, one or two of you is going to step into the rope trap and you're going to be hanging upside down. But for me to have my friends remove that, for you to continue on around, it'd be best to probably put a little pouch of, say, I don't know, 100 gold there on the forest floor and walk away."
Why don't you come down here and make me?
What you're asking is a little bit strange. Or you are saying that if we put the money there, then we could go past. But then you said walk away. So would we be able to walk forward if we pay the toll?
Oh, yes, I will let you walk forward and enjoy the pleasures of my forest.
Oh, this is your forest.
Yes, I am
Can I-
Cromir.
Can I try and detect where the voice is coming from?
Yeah, roll me a just a d20 on wisdom.
All right. Let me see. I rolled. No, I didn't. I failed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
kind
mean,
of
it's pretty thick tree canopy, so yeah, you don't know.
Your forest. Forests are owned. They're not owned. They belong to themselves.
Huh, you sound as if you were speaking of, you're a druid, I bet, aren't you?
Matter of fact, I am.
Well, I tell you what, since you're a druid, I will make y'all the deal of the day. So my friends here don't put arrows through all of you. We'll cut it down to 50 gold. Just leave a bag there with 50 gold, and we will pull the rope traps back, and you can continue on your merry way.
Why don't you come down here and make me?
Can Gunther find out where the voice is coming?
You can, Gunther, because by that time you hear arrows shoot out towards Bars for mouthing off. And let's see, Bars, what's your AC? 4?
Yep.
An arrow goes flying by you and misses. You can see the tree it definitely come from. And you hear the guy that's been talking to you go, Philip, you didn't have to do that yet. He's just a half orc. That's the way they are.
well. It seems to me that you have already violated the agreement to which we were working on, which means that you should just let us pass in peace.
Gunther raises up his pouch and he says, "Here is some gold pieces, and we would like to pass in peace. But how long have you been doing this? Half a day? A week?"
Oh, since time began, my friend, this is Cromir's forest.
Cromir.
So, an arrow came shooting past me. Like, judging on where it came from, can I look in that area and find someone or attempt to?
You can see up in that area. You don't actually see a figure right now, but you can definitely pinpoint the canopy of the tree it come from.
All right, I'm shooting an arrow back in that direction.
All right, -2.
Okay. Oh, cool. I rolled a 4.
With us shooting arrows now and Birch feeling like this might go south, she's going to actually, if she can figure out which direction this guy's talking from, she's just going to head in that direction, try to get closer to him. Like she's gonna what she's gonna try to do since the forest is thick. She's gonna try to like go into bushes in that area and kind of like hide if she can to get a good beat on him.
Yeah, you
Like she's
hear
gonna
him.
sneak up on him. Yeah.
He lets out exasperating, and he goes, "Why is it always half orcs that think they have to prove their balls are bigger than humans? And why does it always have to be one of my guys that looses an arrow? I tell you what, I got a deal for you. I'm going to send down my guy, him, and the half orc idiot will arm wrestle, and whoever wins, if we win, you give us the money and you go. If he wins and beats my guy, you continue on through Cromir's Forest and enjoy it with a free ticket today. How about that?"
I still say you can't own a forest.
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan. And then he puts away.
Whoa, what about you, half orc? Do you have enough balls to do that?
Or simply puts his bow away.
What about the young lady that I've been speaking to? I think it looks like you're probably the smartest one of them all.
Was that the druid? Because I went into the.
No,
the
he's talking
bushes.
to Birch, the one he's been talking to. He's talking about.
Well, can I get a beat on where he is? Because I went into the woods.
Yeah, roll wisdom D20.
Yeah. Because I want to kind of creep up on him, but no, I'm trying to get under right now. I can't figure out where he is. So since I can't really tell, I just call out. I say, that seems like a fair match and something I would like to see. Although really, it would be nice to see Philip first, so we know the odds. But I have faith in my friends, so I say that's a deal. And then she'll walk back out in the opening.
When you walk back out in the opening, I mean, it's almost like magic. You see, shimming down out of a tree, a very large, muscle-up human, and he goes, "All right, let's do this. I'm Philip."
Yeah. Bars will, is there a tree stump or something around?
Yep, you can find a spot there, and he walks up there and he gets ready and he goes, "Well, I was the champion at different places, different fairs and festivals, but I'm going to I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do the best 2 out of 3. How about that?"
Bars snaps his neck.
All right, roll a D20. If you got a strength mod, you can add, whatever it is to your D20 roll.
Yeah. Ah, nice. Modified 20.
He just rolled a natural 1.
Oh boy.
So it's like I was the grand champion of my carnival arts and everything, and then Bars just goes slam and like slams his hand on the stump.
Yeah, you do that, and he looks back at you and he goes, "That's why I told you 2 out of 3, buddy." So he puts his arm back up there.
Nat 20. Holy shit. Bars is really good at arm wrestling.
Yep, he had a 10. So you beat him again, and he jumps up from the stump and just puts his head down and says, "Whatever, man," and just storms off into the forest. You hear Crowmere. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. When Philip starts to walk away, I say, "Philip, sir." And if he turns around, I'm going to toss him one of those trinkets.
He doesn't even turn around. I mean, you can say he's so defeated. I mean, he's like so defeated by this, and he's lost every ounce of being a man he is at letting the half orc beat him twice in a row.
Well, then I don't.
He just storms off in the forest, and you hear the man known as Crowmere go, "My word is my word." And you see these ropes that were hidden into the forest floor just kind of pull up and pull back into the forest. And he goes, "Enjoy your trip."
I see what you did there. Yeah. So it should, Bertram will fortunately thank you for the passage today. It was good to meet you. Perhaps we will deal again at some point.
I will look forward to that day.
I know that you are the lord of this forest, but do you know much about the swamp? We had heard about a black dragon in the swamp nearby.
Oh, the swamps. Which one? Do you remember what there's a couple of them that's, somewhere close around here, but which one? Do you remember?
Well, do we know the name of the swamp? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'll say
Jan had it.
Yeah. He scratches his head for us for a second, and he squints his eyes, and he says, I remember. The name of the swamp is Ubath Swamp.
Ah, the Ubath Swamp. Yeah, that's the one that nobody ever goes to because supposedly it's got a lot of old protection magic on it. And
hmm.
I don't know about a black dragon. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, because that'd be a wonderful place for one to be. But man, that place is full of lizard men too. You don't want to go there. It'll be much tougher than what you just went through with us. I can assure you.
Hmm. Well, I thank you for the information. And while I do not have the amount of gold that you would ask for, I will offer you this silver. And I have actually have a pouch of 100 silver, so I will leave it.
When he says like that's going to be much tougher than what you went through with us, I assure you, Barge says that's a pretty low bar to pass.
Hmm. Well, yeah, y'all can continue unmolested on your way. They keep their word. You see the one guy stormed off after losing his two matches. The rest of them are still kind of hidden in the trees. But yeah, they keep their word. If you pass on, nothing else happens with them.
Cool.
You travel on the rest of the afternoon, and you start hearing kind of like gurgling water from what you would definitely think would be a creek. And you come out of the forest into a opened area where the sandbanks are running, and you look and you definitely know that this is it because the Scarlet Sand Creek is named so because the sand is almost a scarlet red color in a way. It is up on the banks, and you see the water just flowing through. Very peaceful and tranquil here.
The sand is red. Is the water clear?
Yep, the water is clear and as it can be.
Well, this looks absolutely beautiful. Bertrand will sit down and dig out through her bag and get some of the trinkets that she got. She's going to look in the water to see if there's a bunch of trinkets in there.
You do that and roll me a D100, Birch.
Okay. 3.
A 3, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking there, kind of. You see the water's very clear. You can see down to the bottom of the stream there. It's not that deep. You'd probably think maybe it'd be less than a foot deep for sure. But you see like something bronze catches your eye, and it appears laying at the bottom of the stream where you're looking. You see like a bronze, kind of like a almost half of a bracelet laying there. And it's got some type of pattern etched on it. You can tell, of course, that far down, you can't tell exactly what it is.
Right. I pointed out, I say, looks like what we heard was true. People leave sacrifices here. So we should definitely do as we were told.
Bars is going to approach the water and just like scoop some up in his hand and have a taste.
Yep, the water bars is very tasty, very clear, refreshing. Um, it definitely quenches your thirst, but as you skip that water, roll me a D100.
99. That's either really good or really bad.
Well, let's see here. Yeah, you start to put the water, bring it up to your mouth, and you see in your hand and part of the maybe a little bit of the sand you scooped up there. You see a small, probably maybe not even 2 inches long, a kind of carved out looking brass sword. It's in the shape of a brass sword. It's kind of like a trinket itself.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously someone left this here for like the, water goddess or whatever. So, I mean, he'll just, flick it back into the water.
All right, but yeah, the water is refreshing. I mean, great.
Gunther, looking at Bars and Birch and seeing that they're unharmed, he looks at the water. By the way, is it what season is this? Spring, winter?
I think it's summertime if I remember right.
Okay, if it's summer night, then it's gonna be pretty hot. So he says, "Well, there we made this way all the way here, and I am covered in sweat." And he just jumps in, getting himself wet in the stream. And at the same time, in his hand is that ancient sword that he found in that tomb. Throws
Yeah,
himself
you're
into
taking
the
your
stream.
sword in with you.
Yep.
Um,
He
are
goes,
you
"Yeah,
declo- Are you
cannonball."
are you de-arming, taking your armor off and stuff?
I mean, is it very deep? Does it
No, it's
look?
only about probably a foot deep. I mean,
No. He's just jumping in, as he is. But he's got that sword unsheathed and says, "Well, it is a blessed stream, yeah." And then he goes, "Woohoo!" and dips into that stream.
yeah, you feel refreshed. Um, and as you do that, Gunther, you look down at the bottom of there and you see that you've kind of kicked up what appears to be, they're about 12 inches long or so, and it's kind of wrapped up in like a leather pouch or leather wrap. You see something laying there that you've kind of stirred up with your feet. It's probably been under the sediment for some time.
Yeah, he looks down and says, "What is this?" And he grabs it.
Yeah, you pull it up, and as you unwrap it, there are, let's see, there's two arrows that are wrapped up in there.
Nice.
And they're very weird looking. You've never seen any like these. They're, at the end of them, instead of having a, oh man, my mind's not working. Instead of like a
Arrowhead.
standard arrow, yeah, instead of having an arrowhead, it's almost like a encapsulated pod that are at the end of them,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah,
they
he's
appear to be very, still in very good condition. The wood shafts and all that look like they're brand new.
What color are they? I mean, the pod that he sees.
The pods are kind of almost a light blue color, almost clear in a way, but almost a light blue also.
Yeah, he looks at him and he says, "Well, it must be a good blessing." And he puts it away and gets out of the water.
You take
So
the arrows with you?
He does.
Yeah, okay. That's good. There's two of them.
Yeah, he takes both of them.
he jumped in the water. Did it like mix up the mud and stuff?
Yeah, he did kind of mix it up a little bit, where the settlement and all that's coming up some.
Bars gruffs and goes, "You idiot! Next time you want to jump into a stream full of mud, do it further away from our drinking source."
Can I get bend down? I'd like to try the water, but I'd also like to look at the sand. I don't know if I've ever seen red sand before. She'd be really interested in that, studying it.
Yeah, you look at the sand. Roll me, I guess probably wisdom or intelligence, either one, D20, whatever's best for you.
Alrighty. Wisdom. Oh yeah, that's a 2.
Oh wow, yeah. Maybe you've heard of it, or maybe you've seen it somewhere else. Some maybe not as quite as much as in this spot, but you've heard of just natural deposits in the earth that turned sand a kind of a red color, maybe like some iron deposits or something, that have come and seeped up and will turn the sand that color. You would know it's just a natural occurring deal.
Okay, then yeah, I'll drink some of the water as well.
Yeah, it's very tasteful, very refreshing.
Right.
So Birch is going to, not make a big spectacle like Gunther. She's going to very calmly and slowly take off of her gear, and then she'll walk into the water.
Yep, same thing. I mean, it's cool, refreshing. I mean, you definitely want to be in it.
Yeah.
Does
Yep,
anything? Oh, go ahead.
She's just going to sit in the water for a little bit and meditate on it.
All right.
Gunther drinks the water too, and he dips the sword that he's been carrying into the water. Does anything happen?
Nothing happens to you. Drink the water. I mean, it's cool, refreshing on this hot day, but You dip your sword into it quite a bit and pull your sword out. Appears exactly the same.
So we don't sense anything magical or anything about it.
Roll me another d20, Caliana. And since you're delving some magic, roll me I'm gonna say intelligence on this one.
Okay. Ooh, I got 1 under, 10 under 11.
Yeah, I mean you doubt yourself, but you're still fairly confident that you don't get any sense of anything magical of this water at all.
All right. Well, guys, I believe I might have been misled again. I believe this is the second time my rumor's been untrue. As beautiful as the water is, I don't really think there's anything magical about it.
Well, it has magically quenched my thirst, and you see Gunther filling his water skin with it.
Yep, you can do that.
Yeah, at the very least, it'll make some good tea.
Indeed. Birch will still take a couple of those little trinkets that she bought for a silver piece and put them into the water when she's done. And she'll say, well, if the water gave us a day of tranquil peace, then maybe that is the magic of it.
Gunther, being the thief that he is, he remembers when Birch pointed at something in the water and mentioned that there are trinkets in there. So he's going to make his way over there and see if he could find that same bracelet.
Yeah, because you just put it back in the water, didn't you?
Yeah, I left it where it was, basically.
Yeah, Gunther, I would say you could probably go that way and with some searching. Bars, I sent you a message. But yeah, you can find it.
Yeah, he picks it up and he examines it. Does it look valuable?
Oh yeah, you would think that if you found the right buyer, it would be worth a little bit. Probably not that much, but it'd be worth a little something.
Takes out some silver pieces, like 5 silver pieces, and throws it under water and takes that bracelet.
All right, you can do that.
Yep.
Nothing happens.
Excellent.
How wide is this stream?
It's roughly, probably in your area, 10 feet, maybe.
All right. Bar, and you said it was only like a foot deep, right?
Yeah, roughly in most places. Some less, some a little bit more, but yeah, pretty much a foot.
All right. So after Bar fills up his water skin as well, something catches his eye, and he'll kind of like start walking across the stream, at one of the smaller parts and narrow. Like he's not trying to cause too much of a ruckus or anything. And he's gonna look up in the tree where he sees something like glinting.
Yeah, you do that, and you look up in a tree, maybe about 8 to 10 feet high up in this tree that has caught your eye to kind of glint the sunlight come off of it. And I am going to put it in chat of what you see. There's a JPEG there that you can. This is what you see, kind of stuck in some limbs there in a tree.
Interesting.
Is it just like a symbol that's stuck in the tree?
No, it
Or
is
is it
actually no. It's a
like a
real
helmet.
helmet. It's a real helmet.
Oh, it's like a helmet. Okay, nice. Okay, yeah, he's gonna see if he can pull it from the tree.
Yeah, you can to climb up there, make a strength or dex, whichever's better, d20, just to make sure you don't fall.
Okay, I'll do a strength check then. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh no! You get up to the helmet and reach to grab it, and when you do, the limb breaks. You have hold of the helmet though as you fall back down, and you'll take 2 points of damage as you fall, and take a good hit on the ground.
Yeah.
But you do have the helmet in your hand.
Okay. All right. Yeah, all right, sorry. I had to write down what my max HP is so I won't forget. But yeah, he hits the ground. Oh, And then he kind of like, gets up, dusts himself off a little bit, and examines the helmet, turning it around and stuff.
Yeah, when you get up and kind of get a better grip on the helmet, your hand's starting to tingle quite a bit as you're holding just the hand and arm that's holding that helmet.
I mean, does he get like a bad feeling from it, or?
No, I mean it's not. I mean it could be. I mean if you have an aversion to magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, there's nothing that actually. I mean, it's not hurting you. There's no pain. You just get that tingle of, But there's probably more to this than what just being a regular helm.
All right, he's gonna put it on.
Yeah, you put it on.
That's the moment where the player says, "Screw the role play. I want the magic item."
I mean, not necessarily.
I hate magic until it's the magic item the DM gives me.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I can't pick a barbarian class, so.
Yeah,
and really, the only other person I could give the helmet to that could wear a helmet is the thief, and Bars does not like the thief, so.
That's not true. You
Wait,
give the helmet to
can thieves wear helmets? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think anybody can wear a helmet.
Cool.
Did anyone?
It's not considered armor if it's based on AD&D rules. It's just.
I would think anybody could wear it.
Oh well, then never mind. Then Bars will walk back over and he'll toss the helmet to.
No, put it on. I just thought it was just funny because you made such a big stink about not liking magic. And
yeah, well, no,
magic
you're right. I don't. No, you're right. I don't like magic. Like I thought the only other person here that might be able to wear it. I wasn't going to give it to the thief. So Bars instead will toss it to the monk and say, "What do you make of this?"
Looks like a helmet.
Yep, it's same thing, Birch. As soon as you touch it, you get that tingles in your fingers.
Gunther chimes in. It looks like magic.
I didn't ask you a goddamn thing.
Well,
it does seem to have some kind of an aura about it. Does it? I couldn't see the picture clearly. So, what is it? Does it have any kind of symbols on it?
Let me look myself. I don't think it had any symbols exactly. It's more of a.
It has kind of like some tribal, like glyphs on it, and there's kind of like a diamond-looking symbol thing, sort of above the eyes.
Yep,
is the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, let me send it to you, Daniel. I'll send it to you in Facebook. Okay.
Is the helmet metal?
Yeah, because it doesn't really. It looks almost like wood or something.
You look at it and can tell you would think it's probably part metal, some type of hard metal, and some other substances that you have no idea what it is.
Oh, that is a freaky looking helmet.
Yeah. I can't wear metal helmets.
Well, it appears to be some kind of magical helmet. I say we bring it to the wizard to evaluate it.
Well, if it's valuable to you, you can keep it.
Are you all right, Bars? You took quite a tumble.
I'm fine.
Would you like her to cast a magic spell on you to heal you?
I'm good. I'll heal in time.
Birch, roll me a D100 as you're kind of standing there and moving along.
52.
52. You kick up a leather, kind of a small leather pouch that's probably, about 3x4 or so. And it's wrapped up with this kind of yellow rope, or small yellow twine, more like a twine that it's wrapped up with, that you've kind of kicked up out of the, it's probably been buried under the sand.
Oh, look at this. I'll put the helmet down for a second and look at this pouch. Is it heavy?
No, you pull it up and do you unwrap it?
Yeah, I'll unwrap it.
There is a deck of some type of playing cards there that is in a little container there, and they seem to have weathered pretty well, being there under the conditions they have been.
Oh,
Did Tony
excellent.
just give us a deck of many things?
I doubt that.
Maybe. So I will. I'll say. Well, gambling can be an interesting exercise of the mind, but as you have given me a gift, I'll hand it to the orc, to the half orc. I'll say, take these cards. Balance.
Yes. Thank you.
So the helmet's not. It doesn't hurt, right? It just tingles like it's magic.
Yeah, it just tingles like it's magic.
Yeah, she's gonna put it on. She's gonna say, "Let me put this helmet on and let's see what happens," because we're in the middle of we're in a magical stream, so feels like the time to do it.
Yeah, you put it on. Nothing happens. I mean, you feel fine.
It feels good. How does it look though? Doesn't really go with my attire. I'm gonna try to I'll close my eyes and see if I don't know, I have any kind of effect, like being able to see the future or anything.
You do that for just a moment. We'll jump over to bars as you're doing that. Bars, are you going to open those cards up at this point or not?
Yeah, he wants to open them up and look through them, see what He assumes they're like playing cards.
You open up the playing cards, and they are very slick, almost like a slick format. And you kind of get a shock as you turn the cards through them, and every one of them has a depiction of a nude elvish woman depicted on them, and then the script and stuff is written on as in some old elvish.
Oh, I like these cards. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Yep, I think that worked out pretty well.
But no, Bert, you stand there with the helm on, close your eyes, and meditate, whatever. Nothing. You don't feel anything. Everything, I mean, you feel normal.
Okay. I'll just take it off then.
You said there's script on them?
Yeah, that's like Elvish script. It's probably, you would think, would be the whatever game this is. It would probably indicate what suit it is or what rules they are. I mean, it's written in some old Elvish script. You have no idea what would be.
Before Birch takes the helmet off, Bars he'll cover up the nude elvish woman to be respectful, but he'll try to show some of the script and be like, "Can you read this?"
I look at it. I don't think I speak Elvish at all. So unless the helmet gives me the ability to do it, I cannot. Can I read it?
Nope.
No.
Nope. And if you don't speak Elvish, and even if you did, it would be hard.
Yeah. No. Unfortunately, that looks like a very ancient language. Yes.
Maybe I'll ask that shopkeep.
Yes. It'd be good to know how to play the game.
Indeed.
Are each of the cards a different pornographic image of a woman? Or
yes, and they're not really pornographic. It's more of almost like a more like an art. I mean, they're just like a depicted art of these, but pretty much every one of them's a different person depicted.
Yeah. It's
nice.
Tasteful nudes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Very.
Well, Birch would probably like that. She's into the body. Oh, well, that's very, very beautiful. I hope that you enjoy them. She'll just put the helmet in her bag for now. I guess we'll have to figure it out later.
When we learn when I learn how to play the game, we shall play a game together.
Excellent. It's probably getting late, so we may want to build a camp, right? Because we're not going to be able to get back today.
Yep, and you say that, and it is. You can tell it's going to be dark probably pretty soon.
Yeah, I think we'll probably build a camp.
Yep, let's build a camp.
This has been a nice outing.
Yes. I'm glad we came here.
Yes, since we're here, perhaps we can spend, once we get the camp set up, we can spend a few minutes scavenging for any herbs or mushrooms.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to try to do that before it gets completely dark?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and small
Um,
game too, like rabbits or something like that.
Yeah, everybody roll a d6. If you roll a 1 on the herbs and mushrooms, you can find you some. If you roll a 1 or 2, Gunther, you can find you some dinner.
Ah, darn it.
Nope.
Roll 5.
I did in fact roll a 1.
All right, perfect, Bart. You find a handful of either or both.
Awesome. Yeah, I scoop them up. I'd say, excellent. And if I see that Gunter's sad that he didn't find anything, I offer him some of my my rice and dates. I have some dried dates.
Well, they look good.
They're quite delicious.
Yeah, he tries them. It's good.
Did anybody else find any herbs or mushrooms or not?
No, I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 1. Was that what I
Nice.
needed?
Yep, for herbs and mushrooms, you did.
Okay, so I found some of those mushrooms.
Excellent.
Or okay, so Bars wants to. He was a farmer at one time, so he wants to try to maybe using simply like his dagger or something. Like he wants to try to grab get some of the dirt and the roots of the mushroom and everything, and put it into his wooden chest.
Yeah, you can do that. You can get up enough to get some soil with it.
Okay.
Most definitely, you can do that.
Look at Bars.
I
and
want to
say-
do. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nikki.
I was just gonna say, I look at Bars and I say you should put a few of those mushrooms in a damp sack because then the spores will leak through the small holes in the sack and they'll grow more mushrooms as we walk. When we come back this way some other time, more mushrooms will have grown.
Oh, I do have a small sack. Yeah, Bars will do that.
Okay.
You're very knowledgeable of the growth of mushrooms, but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean the hermit, we would go morel hunting every May or spring.
That sounds wonderful. You should tell me about it.
Oh, they're wonderful fried in butter. Little
Oh,
butter in a cast iron skillet, a little bit of morel mushroom. Delicious.
Man, I'm just, as a player, I'm going, boy, am I hungry.
yeah, exactly.
And also, some more mushrooms catch, as you have learned, obviously, Birch, that they can fetch quite a price to the right buyer. So it's always good to try to spread the mushrooms, as long as they're not poisonous, of course, far and wide.
Yes.
And Bart, you and Gunther would know a little bit, because the gnome would have, he probably pointed out some of the better ones to get when y'all went on that journey. So, you probably know some of them to definitely would, which ones to get.
Yeah, for sure. I guess I probably I would have found either some mushrooms or some herbs or both. She will collect them peacefully. She's enjoying her time in the forest.
How do y'all want to do your watch? Who wants to go first, second, third, and fourth?
Birch will go last, if that's okay, because she gets up early.
Birch on
Gunther's going to go
four.
second.
Bars will agree to take the darkest part, which I think would be third.
Yep. So, Callie, you go first.
Oh, first. Yeah, sure. Whichever one, she doesn't care.
Callie, your watch goes by peaceful. I mean, you sit there, and spend your time. You can dally around in the stream again if you wanted to, the creek, but nothing else happens.
Gunther climbs up a tree and then hides himself.
On your watch, you mean, or sleeping?
Yeah, during his watch.
Yeah, Gunther, you're able to do that. Nothing happens. Your watch goes by almost as peaceful as Callie's did. And you wake Bars up. Bars, same thing. The thief wakes you up, and unless anything special you want to do, it goes by pretty peaceful.
No. For sleeping accommodations, I don't know if it matters, but he has a tarp and he's hung it up like a hammock, And then he just kind of like closes himself inside of his hammock.
Yeah, you can do that. Nothing happens. Then we will get to Birch,
Of course.
where unfortunately something does happen.
Mhm.
Birch, you're about, maybe, halfway through your deal, and you hear a whoop, 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 coming from the other side of the shoreline there across the creek of where you're camped from. And as you do, you look up and you see two of these giant frogs that have hopped out from that side of the forest. And they're kind of almost fluorescent blue, kind of a fluorescent black blue, and you can see stripes of black through their skin and stuff. And they're both sitting there, and you can tell they're looking your way. You don't know if they actually see you or not, but they're looking your way.
Yeah. She's, sitting very calmly, probably with her Albert sitting next to her on one side and the bow on the other. And she just says, she slides her hand very, very delicately to the halberd and then uses it like a kind of slides it along the ground slowly to whoever's closest to me and pokes them to wake them up.
All right.
Whoever that would be.
Whoever you want it to be is fine with me. It don't matter.
Okay, I'll roll randomly. It is, actually I can't see everybody, so I'm going to say it's the druid there.
Kaliana.
Yeah, so she pokes Kaliana and she says, there are some frogs of unusual size on the other side of the water.
Oh.
And in my experience, giant beasts of the wood often try to consume those of us that are in their woods. We should probably wake the others.
Did you ask them what they wanted?
I do not speak the language of the frogs. Do you?
I certainly can cast. I can cast speak with animals.
I think that's a good idea. And then I'm going to use my other hand to slide my longbow and poke whoever the other person is that's next to me.
All right.
Looks like it's Gunter, so I poke Gunter. And once again, I say, softly, we may be in trouble here with some giant beasts. Don't move too suddenly.
Gunther nods silently.
I'm not sure how.
You're using what are you using again? A druid spell you want to use?
Yep. Speak with animals.
Yep. Let me get to that page. Maybe I can read it because I don't know what I did with my glasses now. They are missing an action, so now I will try my best to read it without them.
It's page 50. I've got it here in my document. 51? No.
Speak with animals?
Yeah.
It's on 45 in my book.
Oh, that's because it's a cleric spell, but a druid can use it as a cleric.
But it's on 51 for. Is it anything different in it in yours for the druid or not?
No, it just said I can use it as a cleric.
All right.
So sorry, I just copied and pasted into a document. So
let's see. Yep, you start casting that. Go ahead. What do you want to ask? Is there any particular thing you want to ask them?
Yeah, I want to say, is there anything we can help you with? But it comes out, like, Michigan J. Frog from Bugs Bunny.
Yep, you do that, and you get a reply back from one of them, and you hear, hungry. We are hungry. Time to eat.
Oh, well, I can give you my plenty of rations.
You hear back in your mind, not enough. We will eat you. And they both start hopping across the water, splashing across the water. So
tried.
We will roll initiative. It's individual initiative, D6 in your dex mod.
Okay.
6.
6 for Gunther.
Nice. Get my D6 here.
What'd you get,
Ooh.
Callie?
5.
5 for Callie. What about Birch?
Yep, 8. No, hold on. No, only plus 1. 7.
All right. And what about Bars?
Well, Bars is doing a snooze, but a 3.
I thought
We'll be up
Birch
in
woke both of y'all up.
I only woke up 2 of my. I was gonna wake up the next. Him. I figured it takes time to wake people up, so I was kind of spacing it out. So
Yep, that's fine. I
yeah,
misunderstood.
you'll be up in a second. Well, I woke up Gunter, basically.
Well,
'cause he
go
was
ahead and roll
closest
for
to
me, Bars, so I can put you in.
3.
All right. Birch, you can lead
We'll
us
get you
out on as you see these two giant, bright blue glowing black striped frogs hopping over.
Okay, so they haven't crossed the river yet. So I'm gonna use my bow. Yep.
You need to hit AC8. They're pretty
Okay.
easy to hit. They're pretty big.
Let's see. I hit 16. Yeah, the AC3. So yeah, that hits.
All right.
It's a D8. Ooh, 6 plus 1 because I get plus 1 on all weapon damage because I'm a monk. So 7.
You hit this frog wherever you hit him, and you see this bluish black blood start pouring out into the creek,
Oh no.
and it has stopped moving. It is appears that you have stopped it.
Oh.
Gunther, you see this happen as the Birch takes care of the first one, as far as you know.
Yep. He's gonna knock a bolt into his short crossbow or light crossbow. Shoots and hits. What's that? I rolled 19. AC 8.
Yeah, that's what you need, AC8.
Okay. And 1d6. I do 4 points of damage.
Yeah, you strike into this one. Maybe not as quite in a good spot as Birch did. It's still coming towards you all. Caliana, we are up to you.
All right. I'm very disappointed I couldn't talk him down, but I'm going to hurl a sling stone at him since he's
All
still
right.
hopping over, right?
Yep.
Yep, that'll hit AC 7, so we can get my D4. I misplaced my D4. There it is. Or 3 points.
3 points. Okay. You strike your sling stone into him. It lets out a loud ribbit, but it's still moving barely as it's coming straight on towards all of you. Bars, you are waking up this time. As you had a 3, the frogs had a 2. It is going to turn its attention towards you, Caliana. It just doesn't like the druids, I guess. And so your AC 7, it will hit you. As you see its tongue lash out towards you and just strike into you, and you see and look down, the tongue is almost kind of that bright blue fluorescent, but you see the black ichor and stuff flowing off of it that has got onto you. Make me a saving throw versus poison or death.
Okay.
And you actually get a +2 to whatever you roll.
+2?
Yep.
All right. 13, 14 over 11.
Yep. So you make your save. You look down, you see this stuff is whatever you're wearing, your clothing, you see this black looking stuff is starting to almost acid like starting to eat into your clothing right now, but nothing else happens.
Oh, okay.
Birch, we're back to you. As you see, you can probably see the steam or something coming off of Caliana now from where this thing is licked into her.
Okay. Well, since I have the the bow in my hand, I just spin around and I'm gonna kick it. I've yet to make an attack with my martial arts yet, so I'm gonna spin around and try to kick the thing. Come on. 17. Oh, I get no bonus. So 17 is the 2 hit, which hits AC 2. Oh, you know what? They're AC 8, right?
Yep.
So there's a chance, of course I don't have my books on my computer, that I stun it, I think. But anyways, I'll just do damage first. 4 points of damage.
All right.
And I think if you go 5 or better, it just, I gotta look it up, sorry.
Yeah,
book
I
out.
don't remember. I don't remember. Either.
Yeah. I turned my computer off. So, do you have the book in front of you?
Yep, I do. I'm looking.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. It is, and it's like a 5% chance in it, or something like that. Or am I wrong?
I think. Well, there's a chance of killing it automatically, but I think it's either automatically stunned or it gets a saving throw.
Let me
If
look
I
here.
beat the armor class by 5 or more, I'm pretty sure. It's the first time I've used
I know. Let's see.
my physical book.
Age.
It says, when fighting with bare hands, if a monk succeeds in an attack by 5 more than
It's
needed,
automatic. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
then the opponent is stunned for 1d6 rounds.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
And there's a base probability about you may outright kill it. So roll that, even though you don't need to, but go ahead and roll it.
Yeah, just because it's interesting. It's super low, I'm sure, but I'll just try anyways. Let's see. It's a percentile, right? I rolled a 38, so I don't think so.
Yep. You whatever you do to this thing though is you see it stunned and not moving. It doesn't seem to be breathing anymore either, as you're pretty sure you've taken it out.
Yeah. I kind of kick it in the side, and one of its ribs like cracks into its lung, and then it kind of like dies.
Tony, I want to jump in the water, clean off whatever this crap is on
Smart
me.
idea. You do that. You jump into the fresh side of the water,
Yep.
and you're able to start washing it off. And you can look down and see where some of your clothing was starting to definitely go through from this acid stuff.
Yeah, I will bathe as well as I can.
Yep, you're bathing. Bars, you're scratching the sleep out of your eyes as you see the monk completely kick ass and kill 2 giant frogs.
Hey, keep it down. I'm trying to sleep. And then Bars like throws his tarp back over himself.
And you hear Gunther start whistling, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey."
Yes. Everybody do the mission. Okay.
But yeah, Caliana, you can definitely get all that off of you, and you feel pretty confident that you're not going to take any more damage or issues from it.
Okay.
Yeah. Birch is going to keep her bow in her hand and just kind of like stay close to the water while that's going on, just to make sure no other frogs jump out.
Yeah, you keep watch, Birch. Rest of them stay up. Morning finally comes, and no more frogs or anything else. The creek looks pretty bad though, where the big frog died in the middle of it though.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Gunther, are the bodies of the frogs gone?
Unless you move them.
Yeah, I was going to say, go ahead.
If the frogs were bleeding or something, I mean, Gunther's going to go up there and poke the tips of his arrows with them, on them.
Yeah, but you're pretty confident by doing that it's not going to make any difference on those arrow tips at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the one that's in the actual stream though, I would drag it out because I don't want to leave that. Since its skin is probably acidic. If I almost called you Panesta. If Caliana tells me that, I'll take like a sack and just put it over my hand, and then I will just like grab it by the feet and drag it out of the because I don't want to leave it in the stream.
And you'd probably get Bars or somebody to help you because they're pretty big. I mean, you could do it yourself, but it'd be probably a 2 or 3 man job.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely ask Bars to help because I'm not that strong. Actually.
Yeah, he'll do it. Do we recover any hit points for sleeping? I can't remember.
Yeah, you had interruption though, so it's only 1.
Okay.
Since you had the interruption of this giant frogs at the last of the night, you'll get 1 HP back.
Tony, is the water all nasty now where we killed the frogs?
Yeah, especially with that one that died in the middle of the stream. It'll take some time to naturally clear it up now.
Well, I feel pretty bad, and I would like to. It was a beautiful place. Could I do purify water?
Oh yeah, smart. Yeah, definitely. You can do that the next morning.
Okay. Within a 10-foot square area, pure and ready for drinking. Or may convert a total of 1 foot cubed of water per level. So that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, in fact, you can do the druid deities or whatever you serve are blessing you as you see most of the water start turning back to where it was before.
And I'll look over at Bert and I'll nod and say, balance, right?
Yes. I was sorry to killed the first one in the water, but I didn't want it to reach us. These giant beasts can be quite ornery.
I understand, but I would hate to leave this beautiful place, nastier than when we got here.
Yes, I agree. Do we know if the frogs are in any way valuable, like for parts? Since
No,
we're here.
you would know probably the more it was sunlight, maybe Birch. Well, Birch maybe would know, but Caliana, you would know by looking at these frogs and seeing them up close in daylight that these things are very acidic and very poisonous. You would know that if you weren't able to fight that off when it struck you, that would have been fatal. You would know it's best probably not mess with these things.
Oh yeah, definitely not them.
Yeah, just leave them. Leave them to the forest. The forest will take them.
Yes. So, although, I guess her foot got a little bit dirty. Well, she got dirty dragging stuff over. So once the water's cleared up, Birch will kind of clean herself up and get her pack. And she'll say, well, that was quite an adventure. I don't think we're any richer for it, but we found a few interesting things. This helmets, the mushrooms, the herbs, the cards. How about you? Did you find anything, Gunther?
Yeah, I found this bracelet, and I left some gold, silver in exchange.
Oh, excellent! It's quite beautiful.
Yep, and you found those 2 arrows, Gunther, too, that you don't really know what are for yet.
Yeah, he doesn't mention the arrows.
We probably saw you, but Birch doesn't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she will make sure she leaves. I think I already said it, but she'll make sure she leaves around those little trinkets that she bought,
Yes.
and she'll do some kind of meditative offering / prayer, and then as soon as everybody's ready, she'll start heading back.
Yep, y'all head back that morning. You make it back. I guess y'all want to probably go see Elsicle, probably.
Yep, we want to see Elsicle and ask him about the helmet, I guess,
And the cards.
and the cards.
Yep, we'll start with the cards first. They'll be the easiest. Elsicle will look at the cards and go, "Ooh, nude women and elvish women at that. Oh my! These things are pretty old and stuff. But if I was you, I would keep them and find you an elvish woman to play them with." But no, Sonny, they're probably. I don't know. If you went to the city, you might could sell them for 20 gold or so to some collector. But if you get hard up for money, you maybe would sell them. But I don't know. Maybe keep them and learn how to play the game. Find somebody that can read this.
So you cannot read what it says?
No, Sonny, this is old language, and even much older than me.
Very well.
You pull out the helmet, and he gets like a monocle eyeglass and puts on and looks at it and gets back and forth and looks at it, and he goes, "Oh my!" And you said you found this out by the Scarlet Sand Creek in a tree?
Yes.
Oh, I think this is something very special. You're gonna have to give me some time to look at it and figure it out. If not, I'll have to call my friend in this. Well, call my friend. Visit my friend in the city and take it to him. But I will be glad to see what we can find out about it and let you know here in about a week.
I appreciate that. I figured how we did last time. Is it like a receipt or something that I get?
Oh yeah, and you would know Elsicle to trust him. He is very forgetful, but he's very trustworthy.
Yep.
He'll give you a receipt for it.
Yeah, we'll get it checked out, and I'll give him a little bit. I forget what he charges, but I'll give him a little bit in advance. So whatever that is, I guess you can figure it out.
Yeah, and he tells you that in fact his grandson is going to be coming pretty soon from the city and joining him in the shop, and he specializes in alchemy, and he will be able to tell you anything about any potion that you find from now on for a small fee, of course. But he's coming to move in here in a few weeks with them.
Oh, nice.
That's great. It's always good to have family around.
Yes, and I guess he'll take the shop over one day too, of course. But Yes, yes. I think this helmet's very, very special, but I will let you know something here in about a week. You come back and that guy back here behind you and he's looking at Gunther. You're the one that tried to trick me out of some money one time. I remember you, but you learned your lesson, didn't you, boy?
Well, Elsicle, I told you I will be back tomorrow, and I am back. And
Yes.
as a matter of fact, I brought you some cool Wasser from this blessed stream. It is said to make you a little younger, yeah?
Well, I need that for sure.
I figured you could use a sip, and he gives him the water skin.
Yeah, you give him the whole water skin?
Yeah.
Perfect. He is going to, when you do that, he says, see, I know you've got a good heart in you, so I'm going to trade something to you. Roll me a D100.
Ooh, nice. I got 93.
93. He gives you a little leather pouch, and when you open it up, there's three keys in there on a simple metal key ring. And he looks at you and he goes, one of these days, you're going to need to get into somewhere that you just can't get into. And one of these keys may work, I hope.
Well, thank you. And I also found this bracelet. He pulls it out and shows it to him.
He puts on that monocle again. He gets down and looks at it and he goes, yeah, this is pretty nice bracelet and stuff. I would think maybe it's worth about 10 gold if you find the right person now.
Well, that is good. And then he just gives it to him. You can keep it. You've been a nice man so far.
Well, I tell you what, I'll sell it in the shop here and I'll give you 60 and I'll take 40.
That is good.
All right.
Excellent.
But yeah, he gives you those three keys. They're all various sizes on one, just a plain looking simple metal key ring, and tells you that maybe one of these days you may need one of them.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty useful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Awesome.
But that pretty much wraps this up. Birch, how does the story end of this session for you as you are waiting to hear the word on the Hellman and stuff? How's it going? What are you going to do this next week off?
So Birch was inspired by the trip through the forest and the stream that she found, and now she had been paying this guy. She actually paid him already to install dig a well on the land that she has set for the gardens. So now she's considering on the next adventure if they can bring back some larger amounts of gold to maybe hire some kind of a stone worker to create a bit of like a pool, like a wading pool for people to sit in. So she's going to go and meditate on that.
All right, that sounds good. What about Caliana during the week of downtime? What is she going to do?
She's pretty happy that she got to purify the water. She's going to go out into the forest and just she's been spending a lot of time at the Raven and in the town, and it's taking a little bit of a toll. She's trying her best to be upbeat and happy, but she's really used to the forest, so she's going to go spend a few days kind of camping out, just reminding herself where she came from. That's what she's going to do.
All right, Caliana. And what about Gunther?
Gunther's going to go back to Raspy Raven, and he's going to order a tall pint of Hefeweizen, and he's going to say, and some apple pie to go along with the beer. And he kicks back and he's enjoying the food.
All right. He is a welcome customer, of course, as any of you are. And what about our newest member, Bars?
Bars is going to take that mushroom and take it over to the garden, and he'll try to find a place where he can get build up like a little box, and so he can have it dark and stuff, and pile some like rocks around it for the sun to hit, so that the heat will kind of make it, a little bit humid in there and stuff with the wet ground. And he's gonna plant those mushrooms inside that box, where they'll stay nice and warm and damp. And he's gonna try and grow some mushrooms for Birch and this mushroom merchant that the team knows. And during his free time, like once he gets done with that and all that, during his free time, he'll keep his eye open for any elves that come through to see if they can read this elf script on these cards and learn how to play that game.
Yep, and you never know. There's quite a bit of people in and out of the Raspy Raven, and in fact, you may even meet the half elf that is the night shift manager there maybe one day. But yep, you can definitely keep an eye out and hopefully find someone that can read it for you. But this will end session 4 of the meeting and ending at the Raspy Raven Roadhouse, and we'll be back in a month to see what transpires as far as what we find out about the helmet, and if we have any mushrooms grow, and if the gnome makes an appearance to pay Gunther and Birch for the mushroom he is selling for them, and maybe we'll find out about the playing cards, and if the 3 keys will open up something. Thanks to Daniel, Nikki, Young, and Crystal for playing.